Hello, folks, and today's welcome to my podcast, A Voice of Truth. Today's message is about changing mindset. And changing mindset is a really big part of integrating your life lessons. It's a huge ordeal, and it's a big help in integrating your shadow. Changing your mindset from lack and starting to say things like, I have all good things that I need, or I have things that I need that help benefit my highest good, my higher self. When you change your mindset like that, when you begin with these affirmations, your whole outer world begins to change. In my last video, talking about the precipice part 3, I had mentioned about real salvation starting within. Some of y'all know, as above, so below, as within, so without. The other part is, as the universe, so the soul. And when you change your mindset like that, you're starting from the inside. And everything else follows. And then after that, your outer world begins to materialize. It's not right away. It takes a minute. Just like changing your mindset, it takes a minute. You have to start relearning how to do things, kind of like when I got off of kratom, when I quit a substance, when you quit any substance, when you quit drinking. I mean, it takes a lot of mental power. It takes a lot of willpower. But you also, not only is it willpower, not only is it determination, but the other thing, the really important detail is replacement. I used to be a drinker. I used to love drinking. I used to be a smoker. I was hardcore. Sorry, my nose is so itchy today. I was addicted to kratom. And in order for me to get through these addictions or, patterns of behavior, I had to go within and not only change my mindset, but also change my heart space. Look at the shadow. Deal with the things, the reasons behind why I was doing what I was doing. And I cannot stress this enough. Integrating the shadow is so beyond important. If you have anxiety, because one of my videos I had mentioned about anxiety, how I used to deal with PTSD, I used to deal with depression, and I used to deal with anxiety. That's a mindset too. And the best way of dealing with the anxiety, because my anxiety was driving me absolutely insane. The demonic creature that I dealt with really got off on my anxiety, my already present anxiety. And those voices in my head that kept saying, oh, you can't do it. You will never do it. You'll never get there. Because this is happening, then this, that, and the third is going to follow. I used to stay awake at night, not being able to sleep because my anxiety and my worries were keeping me awake. And if I wasn't thinking about it, I was dreaming about it. Dreaming of failure, dreaming of the things that people have said to me. And I'm talking about people that were very close. Like my parents, I should say. Now, whether or not they meant it at the time doesn't really matter. The point is that there is a way to get past your anxiety. There is a way to change your mindset. Talking from personal experience, guys. I cannot make this shit up to you. I'm not making it up. I know there every day, there are people like you and me that deal with nothing but anxiety and depression and PTSD and feeling like there is no way out. But there is always a way out. My grandma used to tell me, Mija, there is always a way. There is always a way. And guess what? There is a way to change your mindset. There is a way to change your anxious mindset. And I'll tell you what I found. I was overthinking it so bad. I'm not going to even sit here and lie to you. I overthought everything. One of the biggest things that got me were dental problems. That was one of the biggest things. The other thing was health issues. Oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? Oh my God, if I can't get it under control now, I will never get it under control. That's what used to go on in my head. But then I had to change. I started looking within and I'm like, okay, how can I change this anxiety? How do I shut it off? How did it come on to begin with? It came on from self-doubt. And it was a constant everyday battle for a number of years. And what I started doing, instead of thinking of anxiety, of the things that drove me insane, I started telling myself, I am so grateful for what I have been blessed with. I am so grateful for who I have in my life. I am so grateful that nothing horrific has ever happened to me in certain ways. You know, I am so grateful for what I have and what I have come through. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my abundance and happiness. I am grateful for my relationship. And then all of a sudden, it shut off. I can't lie to you guys. I am not lying to you guys. It shut off. It wasn't right away, guys. It really wasn't. It was not right away. It took a minute because I had to keep repeating. I had to keep rehearsing these things. I had to keep saying to myself, I am grateful for what I have been given. I am grateful for what I fought for. I am grateful for the things that I have earned. And if something happens tomorrow, it will not destroy me. Something happens tomorrow, then that's tomorrow's problem. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Because you know what? Anxiety will start giving you these thoughts, right? And when you ruminate over those things so much, what you're really doing is you're manifesting it for yourself. When you put all of that energy, and I'm telling you, all of that thinking and telling yourself these things, and you're getting all anxious, you're getting all of those emotions, getting worse and worse and worse. If they happen, it's because you manifested it for yourself. It's not an easy thing to accept. Taking accountability is not easy at first, but it's a fact. When you ruminate so heavily on what may not even happen, and you start getting worried and scared and start thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. How do you know that? How do you know that? Then the next day or a week later, then it happens. You manifested that. We are all master manifestors. What we think and all of our emotions are like all of our emotions, everything, what we think and the things that we say, we are manifesting our lives. Take some time, think about it. Take some time and think about it, because imagine, whatever did really happen. Imagine it not ever happening if you had just calmed yourself from the get-go. You got to change your mindset. It's not easy at first. It's not going to be an overnight ordeal, but you have to work at it. You have to consciously work at it. And you can. You can. But you got to get out of that mentality. You've got to start thinking the opposite. That's how you do it. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. Everything used to freak me out. Everything. Every worry and anything that you could possibly imagine of something going wrong used to freak the living shit out of me. I'm just saying, I am being for real. It used to scare the hell out of me, thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. But when you put all of that thinking, all of that energy, that frequency, that vibration, you put all of that out, it comes back. It is stated in the Kabbalion, the law of attraction. Like attracts like. It's something you really need to think about. I'm very serious. Something that is, I believe you're worth pouring into yourself and changing your mindset. Please change your mindset. It's not as bad as you think. It never is as bad as you think. Trust me, the things that haven't even happened yet, it's never as bad as you think. Gotta change that outlook. And you know what? Same thing happens with paranoia. Paranoia and anxiety go hand in hand, right? Paranoia is kind of like a symptom of anxiety. I lived with someone who was extremely paranoid. Or I lived with people who used to be extremely paranoid. Oh, somebody's stalking us. His anxiety was horrible because he never learned how to, I guess, get a leg up on it. If I don't know how else to say it. He didn't learn how to change his mindset, and on top of the fact, he never learned how to put his ego down, and he never learned to take accountability. You gotta take accountability. If you want to get over something, taking personal accountability for whatever it is, when you do that shadow work, trust me, you find the source of the issue. And over time, it doesn't take that long. Over time, you master it. That's how you get over a lot of things. That's how you get over paranoia. In the beginning of this year, I was still dealing with paranoia. I was still dealing with overwhelming anxiety. Another thing, I had also learned in some dreams in the past, like if there was a tornado dream that I was dealing with, tornadoes in a dream can mean drastic change, upheaval, destruction, things of that nature in your waking life. I used to I can walk through tornadoes in my dreams. Interestingly enough, I noticed something. I would look up and that tornado would suddenly disappear. That's literally all it takes. It took me a while to figure it out, but what it is it's perception. You have to change your perception by looking up. Even if you have to look up, look up. You have to change your perception. Change your perception. Look up and you get your answers. Look up and you have that peace and overwhelming calm. Even if you have to stay looking up for a while, even if your eyes are closed, just do it for just a little bit. And calm comes in. If you're receptive of it, the calming effect comes in. I'm not lying to you guys. Anytime I had a dream about a tornado, or anytime I had a dream about something horrific happening, I would look up and then everything would end. It would stop. It was over. Changing your mindset is possible. It's doable. But you have to get out of your own way. You have to surrender control. You have to get out of your own way. You have to get out of your own way. Stop doubting yourself. Because I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of that self-doubt isn't really coming from you. You need to think back. How far does this go? That's an awakening. That's awareness. The first step of awakening is awareness. That's what it is. And before you know it, when you master your mindset, when you master yourself, things change drastically. Your whole world, your everything changes completely. You got to change your mindset by being gracious of what you have instead of what you don't have, instead of what you may never attain that you really want to attain. Don't defeat yourself before you even get started. Being here, yeah, it took me a minute. But there comes a point where you just gotta say, you know what, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do what I am called to do. I am still going to share my story. I am still going to share what I know. It is possible to change your mindset 100%. Speaking from personal experience, you can make it happen. You can make anything happen. In fact, why don't you start working on what is going to happen for you? Instead of what will never happen, focus on what will happen. Seriously. And get excited. Get excited. Get overwhelmingly joyful. Get excited. Ruminate over it. Get excited. Get those emotions flowing. And watch. Just like it takes a while for those anxious Mercury retrograde, stop it. Just as long as it takes to get those negative manifestations to get going, you can get the opposite done too. You just got to focus. Seriously, just like you focus with the anxiety, you can focus with the good things that can come for you and that will come for you. That is coming for you. Get excited, get passionate. It's all possible. Because, guys, I have been through hell and back over and over and over and over and over again. This is not me blowing smoke up your ass. This is me being straight up with you. I was a smoker for 14 and a half years. I did it for a long time. And I replaced it. And that's what you're doing with the anxiety. You're replacing it. It takes mindset, determination, and replacement. That's all you got to do. And instead of picking up a cigarette, I picked up a new skill. I picked up tarot. Or I picked up another language. You can pick up another language if you wanted to. You could do anything. You could change your whole entire life trajectory. We are master manifestors. We are very, very capable. Religion over the years have told us not to be self, um, what's that word? Religion has taught us to not be self-reliant, to rely on a God that is outside of us. But I'm going to tell you right now, we are all a part of Christ consciousness, whether they want to admit that or not. We are all a part of Christ consciousness. We are all connected, all of us. And we are all capable because we do have God inside of us. We are gods. We are capable. Do you realize how powerful that is? Do you realize how self-empowering that is when you realize what you are truly capable of? Why are you worried about what your neighbor is doing when you could possibly outdo yourself today 10 times better than you could have ever imagined? I cried today. I did. Because I sat with myself for just a minute. And I'm not going to lie to you because I feel like crying again. I sat with myself for just a minute and I thought, oh my God, how far I have come. Y'all wouldn't have wanted to know me 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was bitter. 10 years ago, I was hateful with the things that I said. 10 years ago, I was completely different. There's a stark difference. I didn't look like this 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had horrible breakouts. I had all these different things going on. I had all these inner demons, all these ghosts I didn't want to deal with. My mind was all fucked up with all these voices. And you know what? More than half of my anxiety, I realized, didn't even come from me. It was an energy I had picked up from my surroundings as a child, from my horrific situations in life, from the people I allowed to come in and just take from me. I used to be a giver more than 10 years ago. I had a boyfriend that treated me like absolute shit. Seriously. Over 10 years ago? Oh, yeah. And I am not here to talk bad about our military because it doesn't have anything to do with them. What he did has nothing to do with them. But for whatever reason, the title of U.S. Marine got to his head. And he started thinking that I'm better than everybody, including me. And he started doing other things behind my back, thinking I would never figure it out, thinking that I was too stupid. It's so easy to fall into a trap. It's even easier to fall into a trap when you haven't learned your lesson, when you don't take accountability. I had to take accountability with the fact that I gave him chance after chance after chance, stupidly. And I'm never going to do that again. I started watching for behaviors. And I'm going to tell you, energy tells you everything. Regardless if I knew that's what I was picking up on in the past, his energy told me everything. His behavior told me everything. Changing your mindset is possible, guys. It's very possible. But you also have to take personal accountability for the things that you have done and said to other people, and you don't want to, but look at the things that they have said and done to you. But you got to look at, why did they say A, B, and C? Was it because of something that I did? Oh, it's because I did this. You got to look at that. See yourself. See the bigger picture that is you. Oh, it's a humbling experience. When I saw myself, I it scared the hell out of me because I saw who I became. And a part of it was from my toxic father. A lot of it was because I idolized him into thinking that he was somebody that he wasn't. What I had to learn was that it was just all an illusion. It's easy to believe in illusions because we want to believe the best out of people. But you know what? They don't care how they treat you. They don't care. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some out there that don't give a damn if they hurt you. They will do it over and over and over and over as long as you allow it. That's how it is. You have to have boundaries. You need to set boundaries for yourself. And don't project an image onto somebody that you expect from them. You got to take accountability. A friend of mine from TikTok had said that. You have to look at that and realize that you're projecting an image onto them, an image that you want to believe that they are. You got to take accountability for that too. We are not perfect. I am not perfect. I got to work on myself every day. I have to work on myself on a daily basis. I got to keep myself in check. I have to be raw with myself. I have to be real with myself because spirituality is great. Don't get me wrong. And I have learned so much. I have learned so much. It's not even funny. My 2 years ago, the version of me 2 years ago would never be able to hold a candle to who I am now, to the person I am now. Ever. If you had told me 2 years ago that I'd be doing this, I'd be saying, you're out of your fucking mind. You're psychotic. And I would say it just like that. And I would doubt you and I would put you down because that's how I was. Well, I don't know about putting you down, but 10 years ago, yeah. But 2 years ago, I would have said you were crazy. I wouldn't have believed you. It's possible to change your mindset. The question is, though, are you really wanting a change in your life? Because if you are, the people who really want it go after it. You really want something, you go for it. The question is, do you really want it? And if you don't really want it, then you need to stop bitching about your life because you know what? You are refusing to take accountability. It's a fact. You refuse to take accountability. That's your fault. That's your problem. Somebody's taken advantage of you and they have done it so many times in the past and you allowed them and they're still doing it to this day. That's your fault. Because you will not put up a boundary. You will not stand for yourself. You are not allowing yourself to be your own best friend. What would your own best friend tell you to do? Cut them off. But you're not doing it. That's your fault. It's time to take accountability. It's time to change that behavior, that habit, that illusionary thinking that you've projected onto the other person. They will never be the person that you want them to be. And it's time you start taking accountability for it. Take it for what it will, or what you will. That's up to you. But it's a fact. You need to take accountability. You need to be the person that you know you can be. And trust me, if you're letting that person run all over you, I'm going to tell you something. You can do bad without them. Seriously. You can do bad without them. You don't need them there to make you feel worse. Why do you need them there? What's it going to do for you? It's only going to make your life worse, but you can do bad without them. When I moved on from my toxic father, when I moved on, Guess what happened? A number of months went by and I was hospitalized for a week with a horrific illness and horrible condition. If you looked at my last title, The Precipice, and you watched all three parts or even the first two, that's what happened. I did bad without him. I didn't need him making me feel any worse. And it made it easier for me to move forward and not look back because he was using me and he abused my trust multiple times. And this isn't to trash somebody, but this is an example. This is what happened. I don't believe in trashing people. I'm not that type of person. People have done it to me my whole life, and it used to bother me, but now I've gotten to a point where I just don't give a shit. It's a fact. It doesn't matter what they say. What matters is, do I believe it? No. Do they know me? No. So why should I have to care? You know? Take accountability and change your mindset. Where are you going wrong? Why is your life the same or even worse? And how can you go about changing it? It's possible, but you got to be the person to do it. Like on The Matrix, Morpheus had said, I can only show you the door. You have to walk through it. There you go. So, Neo, are you going to walk through the door? Or are you going to stand there and walk away? It's up to you. It has nothing, it's not my choice, it's yours. I have already made my choices. I've done the work. And every day I still have to do work. Every day. Every day. When you reach that level, when you get to that point where I am, your learning and your growth never stops. It only continues and it increases. It never stops. Don't expect it to stop. It only gets more and more intense. Get past the spiritual fluff, stop soothing your ego, and take accountability and get raw with yourself. See the bigger picture of who you really are. It's funny because the minute you mention accountability, a lot of people are like, oh, get over yourself and take accountability. So, I did have more that I was going to talk about, but I'm going to save it for another time. I kind of feel that Spirit was leading me to talk about taking accountability and changing mindset. And I think this is probably as far as I'm going to go for the day. I'm wishing everybody well. Have everybody have a great summer. You be careful out there. Be choosy where you go and what you do. And remember, changing your mindset. Not easy, but it's possible. Very possible. So, I'm wishing everybody a wonderful day. Be safe.